So I am asking my spirit guides. I'm going to ask Jenny's spirit guides, those of light and love, if you'd like to participate. An animal came in right away on your side. What are you, little friend? It's not quite a cat. What the heck are you? He's like white.
Wow,
What is that?
it's it might be a cat.
It might be a cat. Furry? Fuzzy fuzzy?
Not mine, but
Okay.
yes. Portals are abound in Jenny's spaces, the nature of which are uncertain. Jenny and a squirrel search for answers while Trai confronts the entity head on in the second and final part of Healing Houses.
There we go. That's what we wanted. All right. So, my eyes are closed, and I am going to take 3 deep breaths. Jenny, if you would like to, you don't have to, but you can. Folks at home, if you want to play along, it's a perfectly safe exercise that we're doing. Breathe all the way in, and so like you can really feel your lungs fill up. We're going to do that 3 times. All right. Then one of the things that I'm doing all the time, all day long, is resetting my grounding cord. So from your first chakra, so your tailbone essentially. Picture a grounding cord going all the way into the center of the earth, and it could look like anything you want it to look like. And the grounding cord is first off, is how we ground ourselves to this particular dimension, but it's also how we dump a lot of negative energy or any energy that we're just done with. Doesn't even have to be negative energy, and it will go into Gaia, and Gaia will transform it into energy that can be used for beneficial things. And then I'm gonna and feel free to play along. I'm going to just make sure that my aura field is in the right place. If it's too close, it can feel very like maybe you're having issues like not being able to breathe very well. If it's too far out, that oh my gosh, you're already half out of out of your body, and it gets very porous and things can come in. So figure about 2 feet around your person. So if you pictured your arms going out to the sides, that's about where you want it. And tuck the bottom of it into your grounding cord as well, because you can get rid of all energy that you no longer have purpose for. It can go down the grounding cord as well. And I'm going to do some extra salty things. I'm going to go quiet for a second and just make sure the rooms are set. I like to put lots of protection roses, protection flowers around our energetic bubbles. They will absorb any energy coming our way. But the energetic bubbles that I'm using will also be good protectors for us. And Jenny, I'm setting up the exact same thing for you. So you've got a chair that's got a grounding cord and a bubble around your chair and your space, and there I can see your soul dropping, just going in and taking your place in the chair, and lots and lots of flowers in between us, protection roses. That's one of my favorite shielding things is like either a psychic sponge rose or protection rose that I keep on the outside of my aura like all the time. Please, even if I'm going to the grocery store, I am putting up one of these roses. So I've already got a pretty significant headache going on, which means I'm already starting to track information. That's usually one of the places that it comes in for me. And I'm actually salivating a little bit, so that means I'm already clearing energy. And if I'm yawning, that's another way that I clear energy. Some people sneeze, some people cough, some people puke. I choose not to puke. I would rather not vomit out energy. All right, so we've got a nice, big, gorgeous bubble surrounding both of us, two smaller bubbles inside. All right, let me set that. Oh, God, not bored. Just clearing energy. Okay, I am going to call in. I'm going to call in a bunch of folks. I'm going to do it in my head, but just know, for those playing at home, I love Archangel Michael for this stuff because this is his jam. He is a protector. He comes in and he cuts cords and he breaks contracts and he clears spaces and he escorts people off the premises. Man, he has got the juice. I really like working with Archangel Michael. And I work with a whole team of folks, so I'll actually go through and I'll ask, like, hey, if you want to come participate, love to have you. And if it's their jam, they'll show up, and if not, they don't, and it's fine. So I am asking my spirit guides. I'm going to ask Jenny's spirit guides, those of light and love, if you'd like to participate. An animal came in right away on your side. What are you, little friend? It's not quite a cat. What the heck are you? He's like white.
Wow.
What is that?
It might be a cat.
It might be a cat. Furry? Fuzzy fuzzy?
Not mine, but yes. Pretty sure this is Sam's.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Hello, Sam's cat. Thanks for joining us.
Wow, I'm going to have to tell Sam about this.
Animals love to come help with this stuff. So again, I am repeating, like, only those of light and love, only those of light and love. So I'm asking ascended masters. I'm asking any archangels who would like to come and help us out. I'm specifically asking for Archangel Michael to be present. And Jenny, and if you don't have to do it out loud, but if you want to ask from your deity help or anybody that you're thinking about, and we're kind of overdoing it because this is a pretty easy house healing, but hey, it doesn't hurt. None of this hurts.
How do I know if my deities are responding yes or no?
Usually I can feel things come into the room, so maybe just try that. I'm seeing tea. They want tea poured for them. So in your mind, maybe set a little tea set. All right, now I'm getting all kinds of pressure in my sinuses. So we're in it now. We're in the thick of things, which is a very good thing. Thick of things in a positive way. Bueno. Okay. So, how do I want to do this? They've showed me the shortcut to do this, but I want to show steps for those playing at home. Is that cool? Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so I'm going to get my dowser out, and all right, so any negative entities or energies from this dimension or any other? Yes, there are. I would like to specifically work on the trickster. Can we do that? And I'm getting a yes on my dowser. Let's go ahead and transform them into pure love. So the dowsing thing is swinging around. I like to transform things. Oh, sorry, I'm not on camera for when we do this on camera. So it's swinging. However long it swings is how long it takes. Like how big of an energy is it? And it's already slowing down. Yeah, it's already done. How about that? Well, that was anticlimactic.
At least it's not baked, though.
I had a whole song and dance in my head that I was going to do. Didn't need it. But we're going to clear out some other things. Again, you can transform these energies into love. You can transform it into prosperity, abundance, strength, good health, like whatever you want. And it's going to go clockwise for it. So one of the things I'm going to ask it to do, is this a good question to ask? No, that's not my business. Okay, I'm not going to work on you. I'm just going to work on the house. Does the house itself need, yes. So there, there's other people living there, and let's face it, energy just slops over. For those of us who aren't living in a cabin at the top of a mountain, for example, like energy just slops over. I don't care if it's other people or the land itself. We're always, 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 and every vet that I know, they always have these, they all say the exact same thing, and they say it without irony, that they just want a cabin in the woods, and it's because they're tracking all of this energy and they can't bear it. And this is the
Yeah.
way to try to remove it. But the bad news is there's just as much energy in the woods. Yeah, see, look, it's agreeing with me. All right. Okay. What do I need to do? Okay, so we're going to break a contract. So one of the things that we all should be doing all the time is breaking, like, taking the cords out of us. So cords are just energy cords. You have a conversation, I don't care if it's good or bad, with somebody. There's a cord that now exists between the two of you. It's how we, work on the energetic level with other people, humans or otherwise. And we don't want those cords hanging around because they're pulling energy off of us. So I am clearing the cords off of the house. For some reason, it's mostly the house here. No, there's a little bit of your roommate in there. So and now I'm clearing cords off of you. So I'd like to say, please release and remove all cords, contracts, equipment, machines, or karma in this or any other plane, dimension, time, or reality. And then that way we're not just taking care of right here and now, we're also taking care of you everywhere, which is a really neat trick that you can do is, especially if you have stuff that carries over from other lives, this will help clear out past stuff, future stuff, so that you never have to deal with it again. Okay, so that's clearing out. Very nice. Okay, so I'm being shown stuff now. I'm going to do a quick scan for portals. There's a portal in the basement of that building or the first floor or whatever. Is there a basement on that building?
Not that I know of, but there is a first floor.
Okay, I'm being shown like a pretty specific space that's not built out, so I don't know if this is some closet. Maybe under the stairs kind of closet, like a Harry Potter closet.
The only area I could think of is the laundry room.
Okay. Yeah, I hate laundry rooms too. Don't know why. I'm very particular. I can only live apparently on the top floor. Penthouse, please. All right, do we need to clear the laundry room? Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead. Archangel Michael, if you would please go and clear out whatever energy is going on in the energy room. Release and remove. Transform into pure love. And I try not to do, well, I have done like whole apartment buildings. I did that actually just recently for a person. She was like, she actually started crying. She was like, holy crap, the energy is so different now.
Wow.
Okay, so just cleared out the laundry room. All right, have we cleared out the trickster energy? Okay, so he's gone outside of your house. You got to go further, buddy. Like that's not what we're talking about here. No, don't want to. You need to go back to your dimension. Release and remove, send back to your dimension or to God, whichever you prefer. Archangel Michael, if you would please. And while this is happening, while the dowsing thing is spinning around, I'm also looking for portals around. And you run a pretty tight ship over there, so well done.
Yeah, there's one major portal that I have, but I keep track of it.
Okay, we can portals aren't fab. I mean, you can just fill it in with a bunch of gold energy. Um, is there a reason why
Yeah.
you're keeping it open?
Um, I purposefully set up a body length mirror right across from my door, and it's right next to my altar. I was told by my spirits that that's where it needs to be, and I need to have that open, and I need to be cognizant of it and constantly check the energy outside the door and inside the door. And it is also right next to my bathroom, which at night I have to close the door to because I feel just strange energy there sometimes. And yeah, so I don't know why I keep it open, but I know I'm supposed to.
Okay, now go back to your gauge. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, zero out the gauge, and ask it as specifically as possible whether you need to keep the portal open.
Very interesting. So my gauge and then my internal emotion said different things. The gauge gave me about 40 to 50. My internal emotions really did not like that answer and were like, no, 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 we need to keep it open. But I don't know if that's just me projecting or if that was my internal spirit gut, because
Okay.
usually the answer is, maybe I need to refine my gauge.
Yes. Good, good, good. Keep asking questions.
Okay. I refined my gauge and it did say yes,
Which?
to keeping the portal open in the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now ask it this. Is, and again, we want to be as specific as possible. Will the portal cause me harm? Ask it that question.
So, okay, I will tell you what my new gauge is. My new gauge is now a tree with a squirrel at the bottom of the tree
No,
at
that's
0,
adorable.
and the squirrel runs up the tree. When I asked it if it needs to keep the portal open, the squirrel went up the tree and zoomed around the top. When I asked it if it's going to cause me harm, the squirrel ran about halfway up the trunk and then came back down.
Okay, so this aligns
So,
nicely with this idea of you needing to keep an eye on it and just monitoring
yeah.
it. So me personally, and I think we talked about this in another episode. Like I open portals all the time, randomly, accidentally. It was a thing. It was just a thing that was happening all the time around me, and I had to learn how to pull that in. And in general, like portals are, they're not for us. They're for the ease and convenience of passing through other dimensions, right? So my instincts is always like, well, just like I don't want things like hanging out in my house and taking my TV remote, like I also don't want a portal. So one of your homework pieces, ha ha ha, because I'm in teacher mode now, is like go and like really interrogate that portal and like find out what the heck it is that you're living with here, and see if there is, if it has specific instructions for you. For I mean, it sounds like you already got some good instructions. But anything else that you can do in order to keep it doing what apparently it wants to do without it harming you.
So, I know. Here's what I'll say about this portal. I know who it connects to, ish. I know it's has darker energy around it, and because I've been doing darker energy work lately, it's hard to gauge if it's good or bad dark energy, and I think it's medium. I also know that there have been moments that have come into my head where I have thought about communing with the spirits in this house, and a very clear image of me sitting in my room in front of that mirror with all the lights turned off and a candle came into my head, and they were like, if you really want to do it that way.
Right.
But the warning was it might get scary.
Right, right, right.
So I think it's there for a future use that I haven't yet come to terms with.
Oh, I love that. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I've definitely been doing darker energy work lately. It's a scary line to walk, so I'm not rushing it. Um, and yes, but now that we're actually having a conversation about it, the will to do that has kind of increased in my heart. So maybe that will end up being my homework, because maybe I'll actually use it. We'll see, and then we might have to do
Okay.
another clearing.
I'm gonna ask my personal dowser over here.
Yeah.
Should Jenny do the mirror work with the portal? And the answer is no. But the other thing
Okay.
that I heard is just study more so that when you do it, you're doing it like in the most responsible possible way. And I'm one of these witches that like I did a spell and I didn't quite exactly know what I was doing, and like I jacked some stuff up pretty bad.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think all witches do that because we're learning, right?
Yeah, it's part of the process.
Yes, 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 yes. So that's another episode. Asparagus. So, okay, so the last thing, so I am seeing that there is somebody hanging out like over your, I keep switching right and left, over your right shoulder. Um, this is not a spirit guide. Let me go in and see what the deal is here. So, Archangel Michael, please clear, release, and remove any dark energies, any non-beneficial, any inappropriate. Da, 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 da. So it went up backwards through a portal of its own making, but then it went up on the roof, and I'm like, not good enough. Keep on going. Archangel Michael, please send it back to its own dimension, time, or reality, or send it back to source. Da, 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 da. So it actively doesn't want to leave, and it actively doesn't want to go back to God. But we're just going to make sure that it is, because it doesn't belong there. Release and remove, transform into pure love, transform. So we ended up getting a little bit into your space, but only because it kept being there and it was obnoxious. So I had to talk to it.
Well, I've been consulting my inner stuff, and I don't think this is the trickster energy
No,
anymore.
this is somebody else. Good
And
job.
this is an energy that I have actually felt touch me,
Okay.
like physically.
I'm not
So,
surprised.
and,
Okay.
yeah.
By the way, bury the
And
lead.
well,
Oh, and by the way, there's also, so this one takes the remote, but this one,
okay. So the thing is it's like this is the one that I'm talking about where it's in my bathroom. I have to close the door
got it.
because I feel it. It is over my right shoulder because I sleep on my sides, and when I'm sleeping on my left side with my right shoulder up, that's when I'll feel it touch my back.
Okay.
And my guides say my inner odometer thing, my squirrel was like, it's not good energy. You've had it for a little bit. It's unsure if it's connected with the house or not. I think it is,
I think it is.
but yeah,
Yeah. Um,
interesting.
yeah. So, hey, let's clear that out too. Like anytime you have a room that you're like reluctant to go in, especially in the middle of the night when you have to pee, like that's not fair. That's just mean. So toilets are portals, sinks are
Oh, didn't know
portals.
that.
Well, yeah, because it's the whole. So feng shui, keep the lid closed because it'll keep your money in your house, but it also stops that water from. I mean, water. It's a water basin. Like it will. It's a portal. Okay, so let me go back in. Clear out all negative spirit guides on the house, on Jenny, on Sam. And the kitty cat likes this. Oh my goodness, the kitty cat's like rolling around on his back. All right, that was really quick. Are we, let me stop it. Are we done with clearing that piece? No, you're kind of, okay, so for those who can't see this, it went yes, but then it went no. So is there something else that we need to do in order to clear it? Yes. So I keep being shown, by the way, like a black bag. I have no idea what this thing is about. It kind of, it kind of sort of looks like one of those doctor's bags that we always used to see on TV, but bigger. Is this familiar at all to you?
No, because Sam does have an EMT bag that's black right next to me, but it is not big. Um,
Can I say by big? I don't mean like Samsonite traveling the world. Just for fun, can I show it to me? Yeah, that's the bag. It
huh,
was it was being shown to me bigger than that. Is it just
interesting.
not full? Like, is there a bunch of stuff that's supposed to go in there?
It is a little empty. It does extend up
Okay.
a little bit, but like it's not gonna get past barely a foot high.
Okay. I'm getting the sense that it's not brand new, that he's working with equipment that like is like, part of the company's equipment, or did he buy that for himself?
They them pronouns, and I don't know actually where they got this, and I don't know. As I was lifting it up, my whole thing was just like we're delving into other people's stuff, so I got cautious for a second, but that also just could be my anxiety.
That's fine.
But
Yeah, and I'm not.
I'm assuming the company gave it because it does have a logo on it and
Yeah,
everything.
okay. So my sense of things is that either this was somebody else's, and like how you get a uniform sometime and you have to give it back when you're done,
Yeah.
or in the course of what he was doing on the job, some energy. So okay, so one of the things, and this is one of the things that you and I wanted to talk about, is like how do you keep your guys' home clear of stuff that he might be bringing home.
They might be bringing home.
Yeah, so that bag, I think I was just being shown the bag. So, like, it's time to talk about his job now. Clear the bag. Like, just make sure, and if he's too tired because he has a crazy schedule, what did you say he does? Like, what's his work schedule?
So it is they them pronouns,
They, them,
and
thank you.
yes, and like very very much like Sam is not a man or a woman, and it's very particular. They're just EMT. They do hospital transfer. And so just, moving stuff from hospital to hospital. They don't do 911 calls.
Okay.
And yeah, they work about 2 days a week. They're currently working right now, which is interesting that they don't have the bag with them. I'm wondering if that came from their time at school or not. I don't know.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is one of the tricky things about being psychic is sometimes we get shown something that's really super specific, and like I'm looking for my grandmother's diamond ring. Oh, does it have this? Does it look like that? It's in this drawer. Thank you. Like sometimes it works like that, but usually like things will be like symbols, right? So what I'm getting is whether it's that bag or if it's a symbol of the bag, there could be energy that gets attached to it and probably, to Sam themselves. So, like, if they're game to do, if they like the Palo Santo or whatever, like to rock that before they come in the house, I think would be a really good thing.
Okay.
And
I'll let
also
them know
just for
that.
their own, because then when they go to sleep, they're not bringing that stuff into their sleep with them and they could get like good rest.
Okay. Okay.
So spiritual hygiene. Spiritual
Yeah.
hygiene. and they might connect to like a little ritual for themselves, and it doesn't have to be very long. I mean, everybody thinks that meditating has to be 27 hours. No, man, like, like whatever. Like I have a 3-minute archangel protection meditation on YouTube that I use, like when I'm feeling lazy, but I know I need some support. 3.5 minutes. Archangel comes in, he takes care of everything. So, if they're willing to connect to something like that, I think it's going to help them in general. Because as they
Okay.
get further into their career and they are dealing with the 911 calls, they're going to be glad because they're a sensitive person. They are a very sensitive person. So they're going to be glad to have this stuff kind of installed for themselves.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to close my eyes again and go back and look. I am installing a really cute little universal entity called a Maria, and their whole job is just to hold space. So we have cleared out your house. Whatever that critter was that hangs out in the bathroom is far, far, far back. I may have to do some more work later in a more controlled situation to like really dump it.
Yeah.
Because I've never done this before, so this is all new for me. Yay. Go. No, I don't. See, now it wants to say stuff, and I never care about what they have to say because it's just not relevant. You don't belong there. You gotta go. It says I left something behind. Is it something that we can clear out? Yes, it is. Isn't that interesting? So, okay, but shut up. Okay, sorry, now I'm having conversations with it, and I know that's really hard to track because I'm not giving you the actual
No, but
conversation.
it's really fun to listen to.
Okay. Okay, there's something in the bathroom that either was there when you guys moved in, but you didn't notice it, or you didn't care because it was just a thing. Like, I mean, it could be like like a doorknob that was just left in the linen closet or something.
Interesting. It's definitely something I didn't notice.
Okay. So maybe, you know what, maybe Jenny, just have a peek, like go through and see if there's anything in there that doesn't belong to you or to Sam. And do the usual things, bury it in the yard. Clear it. I think if you like there's something in the bathroom that it is particularly attached to. My sense of things is that it's a metal thing, and
Is it really odd off key, but just came to mind?
yeah, please.
You can ask it if it's the little attachment to the faucet, the little thing underneath it.
I'm not really getting a yes or a no. What are you getting when you ask your gauge? Because when things come in, it usually means something.
Yeah, that one was a little loose. It
Yeah.
was more like a 20 or 30.
Yeah, but good job, and always pursue these things. Like this is how we hone our intuition: is we don't reject anything, we test it.
Well, because the thing I'm talking about in particular, it's a little screw-on device for the sink, and we have to unscrew it so I can do laundry in there. And when I screwed it back in one time, it stopped functioning properly and now sprays water everywhere. Um, and it's really
Rude.
obnoxious. Yes. Um, and it's when you said something small and metal, it just kept coming to mind.
Right. I don't think that's what it is. I think, yeah, just go have a peek, and maybe our next episode you can come back and see if you found anything.
Yeah.
But I'm also looking for an alternative way to clear. So you're an herb witch. So put a plant in there if you haven't already. Make sure you close your toilet lid. You could pull the stoppers on your sinks if you want. Yeah. That's all I got. That's all I got. You'll have to come back and see if there's anything
Okay.
in particular. Okay. So the last thing I want to do, so I'm putting the Maria into a closet, and she's going to hold this nice, wonderful, clear space that Archangel Michael and all of our guides and ascended masters have cleared for us. And then I'm going to fill everything in with just golden divine light. So one of the things, and this is, if there's nothing else that anybody gets from this episode, this is the thing to get. When you take something out, there is now a vacuum. You want to be the one to fill it in with good energy. You don't want to know what else could come in and fill that space. Take control of the space you just created. So picture like a giant golden sun. I mean, giant, the size of the entire universe over your house, over you, over the bathroom. And we're going to fill it in with the things that we would want. So only positive light and love, good health, sovereignty over your space. What else? What else comes to mind?
Hope and healthiness.
Love it.
Yeah. Cleanliness. Oh, yes, cleanliness.
A self-cleaning bathroom. Can we call that in? Excellent. And clear channels for your intuition. And you're already doing so incredibly well. My God, you took to that gauge. The squirrel thing on the tree is hysterical. That's the best I've ever heard. All right, so I'm now, I poked a hole in the bottom of the sun, and Winnie is back, so she's back to help support this piece. And we're just filling up the whole house with this golden energy. Interesting, it's going around the portal. Isn't that interesting? It is filling you in. And I ain't messing with Sam today. But this is a thing that you can do anytime for yourself. Anytime. You don't have to do a clearing first. You can always call in good energy from God. Filling it in where the laundry is. All right, that is all feeling way better. All right, what's your read of things energetically? What are you feeling?
I don't know. Near the end here, Sam texted me and said that they've had an interesting morning. And it's just really interesting how much this ended up being about them and how much of their stuff came in, especially the cat, which is asparagus. It's asparagus for two reasons. One, that we can fill an episode, and two, I actually need to talk to Sam about this before I'm allowed to keep
Okay,
talking about it.
fair enough.
But yeah, very, very interesting. Yeah. I'm also recognizing the fact that the bathroom space is really hard for me to maintain in general. And it gets, of everything, it gets the worst the quickest. So, yeah, that's very
Yeah.
interesting stuff.
There was that energy that wanted it to be its own, so of course you're not in there like doing stuff.
Yeah.
Another feng shui thing is hang another mirror facing into the bathroom so that that energy doesn't come out.
Interesting.
Although something tells me that energy is like way less now. If we had a successful day today, and
Yeah.
sometimes it is a one-off, and sometimes you have to go back in.
We're definitely going to have to, I'm definitely going to have to redo this because this is an energy that's been, yeah, yeah. That makes a lot of sense though. Because right across from the bathroom is my sliding door for my patio. And so that creates a portal in itself, and it's the
It does.
moonlight playing off of the back tile in the bathroom that makes it look spooky.
Ooh,
Yeah, so,
rude.
yeah.
Can you keep the door, like literally, I keep my bathroom door closed all the time and I keep a mirror on it.
I like the idea of, oh, like putting a mirror on the bathroom.
Yeah,
That's
on the bathroom
interesting.
door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then I just got the idea of not maybe not a mirror, but something more like a dream catcher or something like that. Okay.
Okay. Um, yeah. Like whatever your intuition calls for you to do is going to be exactly the right thing. And this is one of these great lessons for anybody who's listening. Like whatever, if you find a feather and you're like, oh, I should, put this on my kitchen counter in that corner, then do it. Because it was, put on your path on purpose. And any of these random little thoughts, I mean, this is all what psychicness is just paying attention to these little bits and pieces and then acting on them. And
Yeah.
if it's a negative thing that it wants you to do, then that it's not of light and love. And hey, grab some Florida water, or some chimes, or some Palo Santo, or a nice brew that clears your space, and let it go. But so this is not the focus of our podcast, but I think that it's certainly a big, big part of what it is that we
Yeah.
do, because we are so sensitive to all of these energies out there, and we had to figure out how to take control. Had to figure out how to protect ourselves.
No, this was very enlightening and very exciting, and I definitely got a lot from this episode in particular, so
Cool.
very good.
Right on. And I, of course, will be interested in an update. So we are trained as psychics, like never ask for validation and never ask for updates, because it is what it is, and I'm just giving you the information that I'm seeing. It's, I don't have any ego in it. Like, oh no, it didn't work. Oh, I'm a bad psychic. Like that's not part of
Right.
the deal. But because we're going to be doing this for a while, like I would be really curious to hear if you notice any changes.
Yes, no, I will definitely update you, and keep track of it. Very
Awesome.
interesting.
Good. Well, thanks for letting me come play. This is some of my
Yeah,
favorite stuff
thank
to
you.
do. And
This was awesome and learned a lot, and thank you for everybody who was listening today and joined us for this special episode.
very special
Very good.
episode. I would be curious, like if we ever get a comment section going, I want to hear what other people's gauges are. Like when they
Yeah,
close their
create your
eyes, what
own
do they see?
gauge. That's your homework, audience, is create your own gauge and then comment on this video.
But just nothing's going to be cooler. Just know, nothing's going to be cooler than Jenny's squirrel up a tree.
When I had the odometer, my mind's like, we need something that you like more. This isn't like something that calls to you more. Very interesting.
Best. Right on. Alrighty, my dear. Well, always very good to speak with you, and I'll
Yeah.
see you next episode.
Yeah, meow, cheers,
Cheers,
meow,
meow
meow.
meow.
Hello, meow, meow. Here's as brief of a follow up on the situation as I can give. Whatever spirit was in the bathroom did clear out briefly, but it quickly came back. A friend and I communicated with it using tarot and oracle cards. Basically, it wants something from the space and is angry and really wants to retrieve it and will do so however it needs to. So I put a piece of obsidian in the bathroom and later did a clearing of my own. I made it clear that it needs to leave and not come back, and that this would be its final warning. I'm uncertain if it's still in the space or not, but energy has been slightly better. So, yay, meow meow. Thank you so much for joining us on these special episodes. They were a bit unorthodox, but I hope they had something in it for you. We love you. Thank you for your support. And as always, cheers, meow meow.